Welcome back to Little Stinkers, baby. Something very spooky just happened.
Damn.
Count on Jala. Jacob Furman Matera. I'm going to tickle that palm, baby. All right, so the gentleman we're covering tonight, I was watching a documentary about his supposedly haunted house before you guys got here. And when Jake sat down and clapped either his hands or his butt cheeks.
It was his hands.
I clapped your cheeks.
Yeah, somebody made a clap. The documentary started playing again. The TV was off, and the remote was across the room.
Yeah, and we haven't touched it.
All right, yeah, I don't know why that happened. That was very strange. Clap again, see if it goes back on. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. So great. Fuckface. Now my back room's haunted.
I don't trust it.
Well,
I'm scared.
I've never trusted this back room.
I think we need to talk about the Impractical Jokers now.
Oh.
Was that you, Sal?
it's funny you bring them up because this gentleman tonight.
Because we do it every episode.
all that. And this gentleman was quite the Impractical Joker.
Yeah, it's kind of what the podcast is about. Did he do like proper pranks on people?
Yeah, like real fucking pranks. It wasn't just him, you know.
Not just life bits that were funny.
Incidentally doing funny shit.
Yeah.
It's like he was deliberately doing shit to be very funny, and it was fucked up, and it was funny.
Like whipped cream and the feather kind of thing. Oh, man.
Putting his boys' hands in the water during a sleepover.
Similar.
Making his boys do pee-pees in their pants during a sleepover.
PP related.
Does he do pee-pee stuff? I'm going to flip this before I lose all fucking ability to move my body.
Damn, he gets one fucking Arby's hamburger, and look what happens to him.
It's Wagyu beef.
Dude.
All right, let's get this shit rolling.
You really think Arby's uses Wagyu?
I believe the guy on the commercials.
All right.
Close. It was almost.
It was on its edge.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing another stinker.
I almost had it.
All right, so the gentleman we're covering tonight is a real fucking pervert, a real creep, and his house is supposedly haunted. He had an indoor pool.
Whoa.
Yeah, a real baller.
What year?
Yeah, that's a good move.
He was caught in the fucking mid-90s, 96.
Okay. So he had an 80s indoor pool in his house.
Yes, dude.
He was a rich killer.
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of money. Although he was having financial difficulties toward the end.
Not often do we have somebody that is wealthy.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he splurged a little bit.
Is he crazier as a result, you think?
I don't think so, man. I think
more gentle than others?
I don't think so, man. All right, so his name was Herbert Baumeister.
The pool boy killer. I'm sorry.
The pool house cleaner.
Yeah. This motherfucker was drowning in dick. No, but yeah, he had a fucking indoor pool, and to top it off, this motherfucker was so creepy. He had the deck around the pool decorated with mannequins that were posed as though they were taking part in a party. While he had a family.
Wow.
That's still pretty cool.
Do the mannequins, do they qualify as lifeguards?
That's a fucking good question, dude.
Jake, I hope your fucking car is haunted and drives off the fucking highway tonight.
Woo!
So, yeah, probably.
I would take the back roads home tonight.
All right, so he was born in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Whoa.
And that's where this mansion is, in the suburbs of Indianapolis. So you were just there.
Oh, man. I would have loved to have seen an in-ground inside pool.
I know.
You a big swimmer, Jake?
I'm a big swimmer. I like to do the breaststroke,
Mm-hmm.
the worm,
Yeah, the fucking rager stroke.
the ranger stroke.
What about you, John? You a swimmer?
Yeah, I'm more of a wave rider.
A jet ski?
No,
wave runner.
It's a
Never
wave
mind.
runner. You fucking idiot. Why don't you keep doing the rager stroke and leave me to my surfing? No, I body surf. If I get in the ocean, I'm not coming back out until 50 waves have been rode.
What if the seas are docile that day?
I always catch 50, brother.
You know, it's funny. Like, pretty early on when I first met you, I pegged you as the kind of guy that would be riding a jet ski into heaven on his memorial T-shirt.
That would rule. I've never been on a jet ski. I would love to. Have you?
I made plans. Actually, I didn't make plans. I made plans for my wife too. It was a surprise, and then I told her the morning of. And then as we got there, they fucking shut up the shop because they said there was lightning. Where I think the real case was the kids wanted to go get fucked up.
Yeah.
Not my kids. The kids working the stand.
Yeah.
Mom, it looks like there's lightning. Dad, do you have any more of those pills?
Dude, I've ridden a jet ski.
Yeah.
And I ruined a jet ski. Did you know if you flip them over, they can break?
It seems like you're not supposed to have the top part submerged. Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's on water. Like,
I mean, that thing is
it's a
meant to
watercraft.
balance upward. How did you flip it over?
Are you fucking on it?
Momentum? Yeah. Maybe let's say I just leaned a little too far one way.
We're
And
going to
it
blame
was-
this one on inertia.
Yes, I brought it down like the Titanic, dude.
Oh, Jake.
Went up halfway, broke in half.
Did they have to sink it right there?
Dude, it essentially sunk. And like, so it was my little sister's boyfriend's uncle's jet ski. How do you like that line of?
They're the only guys that can own jet skis.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's only 4 people that have to die before it's your jet ski.
But yeah, I broke it and then they broke up like right after.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep, never paid for it, never did anything. Just, I mean,
It sounds like your sister paid for it in emotional damage.
Did the guy fucking give you a hard time about it, or was he cool?
He was cool, but he was
Yeah, you gotta
very
be-
sad.
He played it cool,
Yes, he played it cool.
but he probably still has a dartboard with your face on it.
Yes, yeah.
Damn, Jake.
Yeah, poor guy.
So you're 0 for 1 on jet skis.
Yes.
Should we try a tandem? See if we can recreate his.
I think he's more built for wave runners. Try one of those next time, Jake.
What's the difference? One standing, one sitting?
One you can fuck on, the other one you can't.
One's a Sibian with attached to 100 water
It's
bottles.
a water Sibian, yeah.
What a simian.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But yeah, anyway, I'd love to go swimming with you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Do you guys still swim with shirts on?
But yeah, well, yes and no. If I'm in a pool with people I don't know,
Mhm.
most likely. And it is a white t-shirt, so they can see everything.
Oh boy,
What's the point?
It's to tease them.
comes out of the water like Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, they give me a medal and a gift card to Hooters after the fact.
Hooters has great wings.
Dude, what? So I like going. Look, I like going to the beach without my shirt on, right?
Mhm.
And it's disgusting.
Oh, stop it.
But no, hear me out. Lewis, Delaware. I go. That's where we like to go. And I was in the beach. There's nobody there, and I'm shirt off. It's up to like my hip. A drone comes out of nowhere, starts flying through the beach, just going back and forth. Then it sees me and stops. And it just like, I'm just watching a drone watching me, and I slowly like sink in the water. I'm like, get away, go.
Oh, dude, you were some part of some beach pervert's live feed.
Yeah, dude.
You know how many sunburn perverts were jacking off to you right then?
It was the most humiliating beach experience.
Did it come in closer?
No, it just stopped. And
It landed on one of his
I was
tits.
like, yeah, built a nest. Dude,
I feel you, brother.
that was humiliating.
No, I feel it, man.
Yeah.
I remember being asked one time at a family function. One of my my wealthier uncle at the time. You think anybody with a pool is like fucking Jeff Bezos?
Yeah. Oh,
But my uncle had a pool, and we used to go there once or twice a summer and wild out. And I remember the first summer where I was very self-conscious about my body. I was in there with a T-shirt on, and one of my aunts yelled out, "Why do you have that T-shirt on?" It's like,
Sure.
look at my tits.
Probably not the best question to ask, but
Yeah.
you weren't hiding anything.
No, I had a lot to. I was hiding a lot, baby.
he had more to love. You had more to love back then?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was a thick boy.
Damn.
I actually had a cousin that made me feel terrible once about my weight. I was in a car. There were 6 of us packed into this car, and for some reason, 4 of the 6 people were talking about my weight. And my Aunt Pat, who you often channel,
Yes.
her spirit, she said, "Michael's actually dropped some weight recently." And then my cousin Christopher, who was also in the car, said, "Yeah, from his tits to his ass."
Was it Christopher Moltisanti?
No, it's a Dice Clay thing. I think it was the Dice Clay joke.
That kid is hilarious.
Well, he was close to 30 at the time, and I was 10.
Oh.
So not as fun. Well, still very funny.
Still pretty funny. Let's not take anything away from him.
But devastating.
For sure.
Yeah.
A year ruiner, a summer ruiner.
From his tits to his ass.
Were they all calling you fat to your face?
They were just discussing my weight. And
So like not even pointing and name calling?
No, it was like my aunt, my cousin Chris, my cousin Denise, her husband Richie, and then my cousin Christopher.
What? How does it come up?
I don't know,
Does it feel
Jake.
lopsided to you?
Jake, and I remember exactly where we were on Baltimore Pike in
Okay.
Springfield, and I don't know why it came up, but they just started talking about my weight. Then my aunt said, "Yeah, Michael's dropped a few pounds recently," and Christopher said, "Yeah, from his tits to his ass."
God, is Christopher still around?
He is, yeah. He's a pretty cool guy.
Why don't you give me his number?
Not with those tits, pal. All right, so our buddy Herb the Perv Baumeister. So he was born in Indianapolis, Indiana, April 7th, 1947. He was born wealthy. His dad, who also is named Herbert, was an anesthesiologist. They had money. The mom had some cash too. So they were balling pretty hard, even from a young age. He was the oldest of 4 kids. And as a kid, all indications are that he was a good kid who was a good older brother too, took care of them. And where things really started to fucking turn south for him is when he hit puberty. Classmates came out of the woodwork when all this shit came out about him. And then they started like offering up stories about all the fucking weird shit he would do once he got into like middle school and especially high school.
What was he doing?
He was a prankster, buddy.
Was he leaving his spunk everywhere?
Close. Well, most of his pranks revolved around 2 things: roadkill and piss.
All right. I'm starting to like this guy.
So he would 2 of his big jokes were to find roadkill, bring it in, put it on the teacher's desk before she got there.
Dude.
Killer.
Yeah, pretty
Killer
funny
bit.
joke. Another funny joke he would do is he would piss on the teacher's desk before she got there.
Oh my God, just all over it.
Yep.
Dude.
Pretty funny, but I think you could get more specific. Maybe try a drawer.
A drawer would be good.
The drawer's very funny.
And dude, he a couple of his classmates said that he was just obsessed with piss. And in high school, he was just,
You love me, man.
he never got girlfriends or anything, never really had a close group of friends, but people thought the shit that he did was pretty funny. And he was always in the very fucked up shit. There was one story that one of his classmates offered up that I thought was pretty funny, where he talked about saying, going around the room, asking people if he could taste their piss.
As a bit, or
As a bit, saying, "Come on, just give me a drink."
did anybody do it?
Apparently not.
Okay.
But still,
Pretty good bit.
it takes a lot of gall to ask.
Dude.
Was he just like a funny, kind of well-adjusted dude who like was trying to make people laugh, and then he couldn't get kicked out of school because he was rich?
No, he reminds me a lot of Dahmer in that he developed an early obsession with just death and fucking with dead shit and just really fucking dark, weird shit.
Okay.
And making it humorous was a way to express that kind of interest.
Yeah, let me drink that pee-pee.
If there was a kid asking to drink pee in my high school,
Class president.
Yeah, funniest guy ever.
Yeah.
Where's he going to college? Because that's where I'm going.
Do you guys remember your biggest class prankster?
My one boy was probably the funniest dude, but this other guy, nobody's really a prankster. There was only one guy that could shove his own penis into his ball sack. That was pretty cool.
Was that guy you? Is that...
No, I wish.
Still there.
No, that was a trick I ended up gaining over the course of several years of lack of exercise and bad diet. But the next time I see that guy, I'm going to be like, hey, your body will just put your own dick in your balls eventually.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how your dick just like puts your dick in mothballs. It's like, all right, if you need this, we'll break it out again.
Did you guys have pranksters in your class?
Man, we had
I did.
2. And so in grade school, I had this dude, Bobby, who was just hilarious. He was just so funny. It was just all the teachers hated him because he was just so.
That's how you know they're good.
Yeah, he was the best, man. And then in high school, there was these two kids who ended up getting expelled from something I gave them. I'm announcing it here. This
Was
is
it Dylan
exclusive.
Klebold and Eric Harris?
So I got a hold of. What did you say?
Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris.
This is something we're gonna edit out after this.
No, I don't. Who are those people?
You don't have to get specific.
Keep telling
Oh,
me.
is this Columbine?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a
I'm
gun!
teasing you, Jake.
Oh, you son of a gun! I don't have a trench coat. It was so these kids what they decided to do was fight each other and film it just to sell the tapes around high school, like VHS tapes. Like I think they were selling them for $30 a piece,
Okay.
and they sold like hundreds of them.
Were they good fights?
No, it was only the one fight, and it was terrible. The kid broke his hand on like the first punch, and then the other kid just kept beating the crap out of him.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, it was fun. I think I might still have it. We could probably put it on the Patreon.
Why don't you guys fight?
Would you want to fight? Would you want to box? Would you put gloves on, or would you want to do bare knuckle?
I think we should put gloves on for the sake of your fucking face.
Damn. Whoo boy.
You want that nose? You want to go home with that nose?
Actually, take it. Take his fucking
Don't
nose
take
right
my-
now.
Don't take my nose.
Take that fucking nose.
Do not
See what happens when I don't got a glove?
Stop. Don't.
You happy, dickhead? That's what happens.
Where's my nose right now?
Good luck
John,
smelling.
shove it up my
shit.
ass.
No.
You smell that?
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank
I
you.
cannot believe I put my hand anywhere near your fucking constantly farting butthole. What a risk I just took.
I love the way you describe it. That sounds like something you would say in wedding vows. The way you chew bread, you're constantly farting butthole.
But buttholes is why those dudes got expelled.
Was it toothbrush
So
up
I-
Are they
butthole?
selling those for $30?
I brought at the request of one of them, I brought in like a what is it, like a clinical strength X-Lax.
Okay.
And I can't say how I got it, but I got it, and I gave it to one of them, and they went to the while one of them went to the bathroom, the other one dumped essentially the whole bottle in this dude's like Coke, and he drank it, ended up like his fucking stomach exploded in like second period, just shitting his pants everywhere. Like it was so disgusting. Like the school.
He didn't even make it out of the classroom.
No, that's how bad it was.
Were administrators worried about that possibly kicking off like an international incident because the Chinese are known for going pee-pee in Coke? And now the Americans are becoming known for going poo-poo in your Coke.
Yeah, was that a big deal in your community at the time? Was there a lot of concern at the time about that?
A lot of concern.
Taiwan was very supportive.
Yeah,
Damn, Jake.
they got kicked.
They both got booted?
They both got kicked out
The kid that didn't know he was going to be shitting himself all morning?
because they had both been doing shit to each other like for like months.
It was known throughout the school that they were topping each other.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a shame that became a style of viral video, just getting each other pranked, because that was where the big dogs were running back in the day.
Man.
Doing it for the love of the game, not millions of views.
Exactly. Yeah.
They were doing it to shit each other's pants.
We can't even try to get each other to shit each other's pants because we just shit each other's pants all the time.
Those guys rule.
Yeah,
Good
they
for
do.
them.
They do rule. Yeah.
So good at what they did. They got kicked out. Did you have a...
Yeah, I had one pretty severe stinker who ended up killing a guy.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
So what happened was he did something. This ended up getting him kicked out. And then I think like 6 years after he got kicked out of my grade school, he ended up murdering this guy. So
Grade school?
No, he didn't kill somebody in grade school.
I know, but
the
he-
stinker behavior. So what he did was
He still wasn't even 20 years old when he ended up committing murder.
yeah. Dude, it was probably the summer of 96. I think.
Do you think
he
you
killed
might have jumped the shark on this conversation with this?
this guy. All right, maybe. But what he did was very funny. So I'll get to that first.
Right.
So this kid, Pete, nice kid, funny kid. We were friendly throughout most of high school. Now, I was terrified of him one day because we started doing like this recess workout program. You know, Pat Croce used to own the Sixers.
Yeah.
He had schools buy this Pat Croce workout program where you do it for like 15 minutes a day just to get the juices flowing and get kids moving. And we were doing it one time, and Pete sat behind me. So when we would stand up, we would fuck around with each other and, just rough house while we're supposed to be doing these calisthenics and shit. And I swung my elbow around. I don't know why I didn't think this was really going to hurt him, because I really got him good. So I elbowed him in the eye. And he was furious with me for the rest of that day.
This is the murderer.
Yeah. He told me he was going to fucking beat my ass after school. And I was so fucking worried. He didn't. Cooler heads prevailed. But that was 6th grade. In 8th grade, he got kicked out of school because as a nun was walking past, he yanked her habit off of her head.
That's pretty ballsy.
Very funny.
I didn't even think of grade school. We did have a kid in grade school beat up the limp-legged or the gimp-legged kid in our class.
Oh my
in
God.
the bathroom. This is 8th grade. He stole like $150 in cash from him.
Oh my God.
And he used another one of our classmates' brother's ID to get into a strip club in 8th grade, and that's where he spent the money.
That's pretty awesome.
What?
Yeah.
8th grade?
8th grade.
What strip club was this?
I'm going to guess Onyx for what he ended up getting into later in life.
It's Little Rascals down on Philly Pike.
I do believe he served his freshman year age of high school in a juvenile detention center. So
Yeah.
things were trending in
Wow.
a certain direction, much like your guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Pete yanked a nun's habit off in 8th grade. And then our graduating summer, I think it was. He was either 96 or 97. He and a couple other kids.
He didn't get kicked out for that.
Oh, yeah. He got kicked out of grade
Yeah.
school, but he ended up going to public school after that. But where the murders happened, it was one murder, and then he and his friends beat up like two. All right. This gets kind of confusing, but I'll tell it real quick. But one of his boys, who was also a classmate of mine, who ended up getting kicked out for something different. I think it was just some gay shit. But the other kid, he was arguing with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend's dad got involved. So they were arguing over the phone, and my old classmate Pete and the other kid Steven ended up going over there with like 3 other guys, and they had baseball bats, and they ended up beating the girl's dad and the girl's uncle with the bats, killing the dad. And the most fucked up aspect was it took the dad a couple years to die. Like he was just in a coma like forever. And then his body just couldn't take it anymore, and he fucking gave in.
That's the murder you're talking about.
Yeah.
Did the other guy get busted for it too?
He did. However, he rolled on everybody else because he made it seem like it was everybody else's idea to do the killing. He said he was just going over there to like fight the dad.
Okay. So he got a lesser charge.
He did, yeah. Now, one of the other guys involved was a pretty scary guy who ended up going on to kill another guy.
Yikes, man.
Sounds like that guy might be the source of the problem.
I probably believe that he was the one that instigated all of it. Just knowing him, he was one of these kids who, like, even as a child, you're like, this kid's going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
You knew this guy too?
Yeah, I knew of him. My sister used to hang with this crowd, and like I just knew him by reputation.
Was he older?
Older than me, yeah.
Yeah.
But appropriate age,
Yeah.
for my sister and her friends to hang out with. But he was just a scary kid. His name was a bad kid name, right on the money. It was Bucky.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Those are some shitty parents for
Yeah,
sure.
so Bucky orchestrated all that shit. But man, I feel like we got far away from
Yeah.
from Herb Baumeister.
Anyway, he was born in 1947.
So, dude, he's doing all this fucked up stinker shit in high school. Gets out of high school. His dad's like, dude, what are you going to do with your life? You got to fucking do something. He just wants to do piss pranks. He's like, all right, well, you can't make a living doing piss pranks. Well,
40 years later.
yeah, he could.
fucking-
So he's like, all right, fine, I'll go to fucking college. So he signs up for classes at Indiana University. He goes there for one semester, doesn't even make it the full semester, just shits the bed, is failing in everything that he's doing miserably. His dad's like, all right, well, let me see what I can do. The dad's got a lot of connections. He's wealthy. He's a prominent guy in the community. He hooks him up with a job at the Indianapolis Star, a local newspaper.
Wow, yeah.
He's a copy boy there. When he's there, he starts doing like all his piss and fucking roadkill shit. Doesn't go over well with the other employees that he's working with. They're not into it. But
Give it the old effort, the old college try, though.
Also, I like that his job title was copy boy.
I'll copy that P for you, boss.
cop some of that pee, brother. One of his bosses, this guy named Gary Donna, takes a liking to him because he's got a similar sense of humor. So anybody that complains, Gary's just like, look, man, that's just fucking Herb. Just gotta let him slide. So Gary senses that he's kind of a loner. So he's like, all right, Herb, why don't you come out with me and my buddies? We're going to go to the Indiana University football game this weekend. Herb's like, oh, yeah, no problem. He's like, I'll even pick you guys up. Gary's like, all right, perfect. So Herb shows up to Gary's place to pick him and his boys up. This motherfucker, he had bought a hearse from a local mortuary. It shows up in a fucking chauffeur's cap in the hearse.
Just for this night?
Just for the Indiana University football game.
That's so funny.
This guy
Yeah.
rules.
His buddies were pretty freaked out by it. All right.
Because he made them lay in coffins on the way there.
Yeah, there was still a body in the back when he bought it. He's like, no, the body comes with it.
Look, I got it cheap. All right.
I'm the designated driver. Thank you, Jake.
The way you hit that hard D at the end.
Ooh, baby, I be hitting my hard D's and my hard R's. I'm used to hard letters, baby. At this point, like, word gets back that, like, he's doing all this weird shit because other dudes that hang out with his boss, fucking Gary Donner, are other prominent guys in the community. So word gets back to fucking Herbie's dad, Big Herb. They're like, yo, this kid's fucking weird. He's like, all right, dude, let me see what I can do. So he convinces him to go back to Indiana University the next semester, signs up for one class, signs up for an anatomy class.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, big fucking freak. He loves it. He's crushing it.
Damn.
He shows up every day to anatomy class in a fucking press suit.
Yikes. I'd maybe wear an old t-shirt. A smock.
But he loves class, and he at this time he's feeling some zapples down in his pee-pee and
Damn,
poo-poo
really?
area. Sexual zapples.
He needs pee-pee in his mouth?
Well, similar.
He needs pee-pees in his bung.
Yeah.
What are you saying right now?
I don't know.
Did
I
I
forgot I
miss
had to
something?
talk. I thought I could just listen.
I think he's just trying to say by cutting these people open, he was feeling the lightning bolts in his gine.
John, after we were done recording tonight, do you mind going for a ride with Jake and we'll explain gay sex to him? Matter of fact, maybe we should do some interpretive gay sex to get a better grasp of it. But yeah, he starts going to gay bars because he's feeling his gay zapples.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is he having sex with these?
He's not, but he's starting to have urges.
Just from cutting things open.
I don't know if it's from that, but I mean,
Seeing naked bodies in general.
Oh, okay.
yeah, and plus, I mean, you're college age. Like, you
Wait,
want to pork.
are you seeing naked bodies in this course?
Probably, right?
I don't know if it's
No?
that advanced because, like, this is. I mean, he's new to college, so I
Yeah.
would think that you have to be like
101.
Imagine your first, like, your 101 anatomy.
101.
Just
Now,
some
jerk this
heavy meat.
dead body off. It's taking forever. Well,
Put a basketball pump in the dick and just try to
So he starts going to gay bars too. So he's living it up. While he's away at college, he signs up to join this Young Republicans club. While he signs up for this club, he meets his wife, Juliana Sater, who's also part of the club. She's a high school English teacher at a local school, and she's going there to earn some extra credits. So she takes a liking to him because he's kind of a handsome guy. I guess for this time, it's pretty handsome, and she seems, like a normal lady who's looking to have her zapples zapped. You want to explain to Jake what that means?
she is trying to get her pussy filled with a penis,
Okay.
and I don't know if this guy's gonna be able to do the job.
Dude,
Thank you, John.
I called them Ragers once. And Zappers is supposed to be about Zappers. Zappers.
Yeah, what the fuck are zappers? Actually, that might be the proper nomenclature for fucking sexual zapples.
Yes. yes.
Zapples and zappers.
Yeah.
Zappers are what Ragers become after they've been outside for a week.
Man. You have to wear a dunce hat moving forward.
Brother, you know how they make 2-person Snuggies? I'm going to make a 3-person dunce cap for us. I think we're all in that same boat. So he falls in love with Juliana Sater.
Truly?
Yeah. Well, I think he's starting to think that, like, all right, I have to project a certain image because I'm a fucked up dude, and I don't want the world to have this interpretation of me.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance that he was bi, or
No.
Of course, there's no such thing as a bisexual man. There's only gay men and straight men. Which one do you think?
Go on.
I think this is a theory that's been proven time and time again.
By who?
History.
Okay. Good enough for me. I don't think he's bi. In November 1971, they get married. And in their 25 years together, guess how many times his wife estimates that they had sex?
You said 25?
I did.
25 years, I'm guessing under 100.
Mm-hmm.
Under 50?
Jake?
25?
By his wife's estimation, in 25 years, she says that they porked 6 times. And they have 3 kids.
What?
Yeah.
Guy's batting 500. God damn.
Pretty fucking good, man. He's got some dense loads.
Damn.
That's crazy. How is he releasing himself the rest of these years?
Well, we'll get to that, but I got to
Yeah.
assume, like, if you got a 500...
Sounds like it's into another man's prostate.
If you've got a 500 fertility average, your loads have to be so thick that you could probably see your kids' faces on those sperm.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about science.
Haspel in the corner of my eye when you said that.
So they get married, and his wife, they seem like they genuinely enjoy spending time together, but they just don't pork.
What year is this at this point? This is the
1971.
70s?
Yeah.
Is she stepping out? Is she getting pleased?
She's not. No.
Wow.
She just seems like she's
She just had
going along with it
6 times in her life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So one of the things they enjoy doing together is gardening, and that's really all they do.
Dude, come on. She's not stepping out on him?
Not that I know of, Jake. Not everybody's a philanderer like you.
Damn.
All right, so
You piece of shit.
I don't even want to explain pee-pee and poo-poo to you now.
No, but I mean, if it
Not with
doesn't
that kind of heart.
If it doesn't happen often, you get angry. Right? And okay. all
What do
right,
you
let's-
do, Jake?
No, stop.
No,
Stop.
dude, I get it, dude. You turn into a fucking demon.
Yeah, you start punching walls. You start, shit in the bed.
Pissing in cups.
Pissing in cups. Just, make that, maybe that scent kind of
Yeah.
awaken something.
I get it, baby.
I stopped pissing in cups a month ago.
No, you did not.
You should start selling your cups, call them Furman's Pheromones. Pheromones.
Pheromones.
For anyone trying to get a feral cat out of their basement, try Furman's Pheromones.
Burt's Peas. So you got a lot of ideas to work with here, Jake.
Okay. there
Just
you
at the
go.
very least, start bottling that piss.
Oh, man.
I didn't have a lot of time today, but what I had planned to do for the both of you was to put together a piss flight for each of you to drink.
God damn.
Ranging from a nice yellow Gatorade to a sweet iced tea.
Yes.
Once I got past apple juice, I'd have been pretty disgusted.
So y'all missed out because I got home from work late.
Thank God.
Well, when we go around the block talking about explaining sex to him, maybe we can stop at the Wawa and get some
All right.
different piss-colored drinks to squirt all over our faces in the parking lot.
Thanks, guys.
Anything for you.
6 months after getting married, Herb's dad comes to visit. Now he's spiraling now because initially he told his wife, he's like, look, I just want to wait till we're married before we start porking. It's just how I'm raised. She's like, all right, cool. They get married. They're 6 months in, they still haven't had sex. So the pressure's on him. I think he's starting to be more intrigued by these gay bars he's visiting. And on top of that, too, I think murderous impulses are starting to build up. So he's fucking falling apart. His dad comes out at his wife's urging just to check on him. The dad...
Damn.
Yeah, it's that fucked up.
Getting no dick. You got to call the dad and be like, hey, can you come and check up or maybe check in this?
Oh, look at here.
Can you take a look at this pussy and see why your son doesn't like to fuck it?
All right, throw your ankles behind your head. Let me get a look. Get a peek under the hood.
Do you think she was sleeping with the dad?
No.
No.
No, yeah.
I mean, he probably could have made a run at it when he came over, but
Anybody could have made a run at it.
Yeah.
Like just a guy like rigging up the groceries. Just keep doing this too much. Just
how many fucking eggplants did you need, lady?
I'm making a Parmesan. The dad comes 6 months into the relationship to check up on him. He sees that he's fucked up. He has him committed to a mental institution.
Whoa.
For evaluation. He goes in. While he's in there, he gets diagnosed with both schizophrenia and multiple personality disorder. Now, upon the multiple personality disorder diagnosis, he feels a little bit relieved because he's able to kind of like break himself into like, all right, nice Herb, and then Herb that's into some real fucked up shit, and
He's
then
got
wants to
his
do more fucked up shit.
Dr. Jekyll Hyde situation. He can be at home with his wife, and then he can also go out and stare at men's balls, penises, and asses out at the gay bar.
Yes, you nailed it, buddy. And dude, part of
I'm
this
pretty
revelation,
tuned in on this conversation.
dude, you should be a gay psychologist. I've always said that about you.
Just thinking about Furman's pheromones and what I can do and how broad that market would be. That's all.
You know we're using a Foo Fighters ripoff logo for the marketing.
Yeah, they don't need it anymore.
Oh, no.
There goes your new hero, baby.
Big P. Yeah.
All right, so he gets his diagnosis, and part of the deal is like, all right, cool. So he was getting jammed up about having to sneak around and hang out at gay bars because it's all he wants to fucking do.
Yeah.
But now that he gets this diagnosis, he tells his wife, like, look, the doctor said I need to make a little bit more time for myself and go off on my own for a while.
Yeah, the doctor said I can go out and be gay from 5 to 8, and then I can come home and not fuck you for the rest of the night.
So he's like, he convinced.
Oh, so it's just a real Jekyll and Hyde situation. I'm so sorry.
So he convinces his wife that he needs to escape for hours at a time, just to collect himself and to just.
Why are you covered in glitter?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I just have to put on this sequin suit and sashay down to the bar.
Dude, just imagine like doing that and you come home like your fucking leather zipper mask gets stuck. You can't undo the zipper. You got to come home like that.
It's Robin Williams when he's sneaking between the two tables as Mrs. Doubtfire and the regular dude.
Hey, honey, how was Quizzo?
Why don't you take a seat? I can't sit for a while.
Do you mind if we have this conversation on the hammock? All right, so he tells his wife that he needs some time to himself, and he lost the job at the fucking at the Indianapolis Star. So now he's got to go to his dad again and be like, yo, is there anything else you can get one of your boys to hook me up with? So his dad's like, all right, let me see what I can do. His dad hooks him up with a job at the Indianapolis Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Now he's a clerk there. He becomes quickly known for screaming at coworkers for making mistakes.
Oh, no.
Not subordinates, but coworkers. Now,
that is not the DMV way of life.
Dog.
You yell at the innocent customers.
Now, one of the most fucked up things about this is he's on top of his shit. He does a great job there. So his supervisors don't bust his balls about this stuff. They're
but everybody he works with fucking hates him.
They do.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care because he gets to fucking unleash all this shit that's bottled up inside of him on somebody.
Uh-huh.
So he's screaming at coworkers, and they view him the same way as his last coworker saw him, like a very strange dude who's probably into some weird shit. One of the things that really is unsettling for people, which to me is pretty funny, but at the time I could understand why people were unsettled. He sends out Christmas cards one year of him posing with a drag queen. Pretty funny.
Yeah, but it's just, it's a funny gag. Oh, wait, but he's got a wife at home and she's not in the picture.
Right.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, and this is the early 70s too.
How many times do you think he listened to YMCA? Because that was
Brother, he
around.
wrote it.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, because you know that song. You love that song, John. It's just
I never said that.
yeah. It's in
Don't
your
you
head.
say that I said that.
You always hum it whenever we're not recording. It's weird.
Whenever he eats a hot dog, he hums it.
But like that's just such a pop song. Like, you know, just this murderer is listening to this thing probably on repeat. Like, it's his jam. It's his zappers going. You know.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. I don't think this guy's listening to that song. I think he might not like that song a lot.
What?
How come?
I think he just might not like the Village People's music. Do we know anything about what kind of music he listens to?
I don't. One thing that I do know about his time in gay
So
bars.
you're wrong.
One thing
Moving
that
on.
I do know about his time in gay bars is that people who would see him there described him as never looking comfortable there. So I think he wanted the dick. But
Yeah.
I guess was probably paranoid that people were going to see him. Knew that he was going to try to murder whatever guy he ended up hooking up with.
Yeah.
So all that was working against him.
I don't know, man. You're in a gay bar. It's like, you can get away with it here. It's like the one place you can.
What, killing people?
No, having sex with men.
Yeah,
But he's afraid of being seen or being blackmailed.
because here's part of the deal too. Remember how I said he blew his wad on a fucking hearse?
Mhm.
That was his car. So if he's
Oh
going
my God,
to
he still does drive
dude,
that
he's
around?
still got his fucking hearse.
Wait, seriously? I
Yeah.
thought his dad was rich.
His dad was rich, but I think he was afraid to ask him for money.
Okay.
So what had happened was he had to drive the hearse around, and whenever he would go to gay bars, he would have to take public transportation. He would go and park his car somewhere, and then take like the bus to the gay
A
bar.
funeral home.
What better vehicle to fucking than the back of a hearse? It's like a long bed.
Yeah, but also if you see a fucking hearse at a bar, you know it's him. You know what I mean? If he's
Yeah.
trying to
Oh,
uphold
he, right. Yeah,
yeah, because
couldn't
he's
take it
married.
back.
Remember?
You got a built-in excuse for why the guys are already hard. And all right, so now he starts cranking out kids too. So it's 79, 81, and 84. He has kids. He has 2 girls and a boy. The zapples are fucking popping off. Remember how I mentioned he loves pissing on his teacher's desk?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, now he starts to experiment a little bit with his boss's desk. He starts pissing on his boss's desk.
The boss that like doesn't mind him.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And the boss overlooks it mostly out of fear that somebody's pissing on his desk.
He doesn't bring it up because he's scared of
John,
what that guy's capable of. Might be a good move.
Yeah, he does not get reprimanded for it until he pisses on a letter that was on the boss's desk to be mailed out. It was a letter that he had written to the governor. That fucking old Herb Baumeister pissed all over it.
Wait, Herb wrote the letter or the boss wrote the letter?
The boss wrote the letter to
Okay.
be sent to the governor, and it was scheduled to go out the next day.
How'd he get in trouble for it? How'd he get busted?
Because he came in the next day and there was just piss all over his fucking desk. And they knew that it was him pissing on his desk prior to that, but this was the last straw because I don't know what was contained in the letter, but
Maybe just wasted stamps. People get really upset when you waste a stamp, man.
so he gets fired. He becomes a stay-at-home dad, and his drinking escalates, and his escaping to gay bars escalates.
What is the wife doing that he can afford that?
His wife goes back to teaching.
Okay.
She's like, someone keeps pissing on my desk.
I got a pissed on apple today. In 1985, he gets in a little bit of trouble, but he gets away with both of these. He commits a drunk driving hit and run, and then he also steals a friend's car.
It's a person on foot or it's another car?
I don't know.
The drunk driving hit and run, that sounds like he hits the person in the car.
Because I would think if he actually, hit a person with the car, probably would have fucked him up, and I don't think there's any way out of that. However, if you drunk drive an accident into another car,
Yeah.
if your dad's connected, you could probably worm your way out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after those charges, his wife's like, dude, you got to fucking do something besides stay at home. You're just drinking too much and going to too many gay bars for my liking. You have to do something
Does
else.
she know now?
Classic.
that he-
She does not know.
Classic bitch wife shit.
Yeah.
Also, as the wife, how do you not know?
I think it's a thing, especially with
No, she
middle
chose to
America.
ignore it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's a thing with like middle Americans, especially during this time where they just want what they've
like
seen previous generations get.
Nuclear family shit.
Yeah,
Like,
you just want a fucking house, you want a few kids, you want a
She's trying to
fucking
keep it
dog.
perfect kind of thing.
yeah, anything that is
makes sense.
distracting from your perfect life. It's like put the blinders on. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe my husband is going out to fuck men, but at least he's fucking me twice a decade.
Yeah, every live, laugh, love looking ass bitch will overlook just about anything if you're able to provide all of that shit.
I wonder if dudes who like go out fishing truly go out fishing while they live life, laugh, love, wives are at home. If any of them are like, I don't care that he's going to fuck guys in a boat. They just think he's bringing home fish from a fucking grocery store at the end of the day, busting it into a cooler.
You just see him unwrapping it in the driveway, unpackaging it. All right, so at this point, his wife's like, dude, you got to fucking do something. He's like, all right, I'll get a job. He gets a job at a local thrift store. And in 1988, he borrows $4,000 from his mom to open up his own thrift store, which is a high-end thrift store that he named Sav-A-Lot.
Save-A-Lot?
Yeah.
Like the Sav-A-Lot?
Like the Sav-A-Lot, but not a grocery store.
Okay.
So it's a thrift store that sells like nicer shit.
He started selling eggplants and then and so on.
A Buffalo Exchange, a Pluto's Closet, if you will.
Yes. That seems like more his speed.
It's a Plato's Closet.
What did I say?
Plato's, fucking Pluto's Closet. That's probably a Disney store.
Yeah, that should be a Disney store. Damn.
What are, like if all like the Disney fanatics who die, that's where you take their
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I'm gonna say. This fat retard had a heart attack on Space Mountain.
Of course.
Oh, that'd be so good if that was somebody's last words.
My wife, God rest her soul, fell out of the Space Mountain ride. She wanted you guys to have this Eeyore hoodie. Oh boy! I'm not ready to unveil my Donald Duck yet.
By the end of the episode, maybe.
Yeah, we'll get there. So he borrows $4,000 from his mom. He's going to open up his own thrift store. He and his wife run it. It starts off like fucking gangbusters. Within months, they're doing so well that they're able to open up a second location.
You know what it's called?
Save-A-Lot, dickhead.
Oh, Save-A-Lot. Sorry.
That's all right, baby.
Just the Disney thing just took me,
You are not even close to being ready for a poo pee pee conversation. So
in one ear, right out the other.
maybe next week, Jake.
Who are we talking about?
Dog, it's astounding how much money they're able to make because
Yeah, that's crazy that they opened a second location.
dude, within 3 years, they're able to buy an 18-acre farm.
So he got rich.
He got
from
rich
this.
doing
This was
just
not-
from this. Like he didn't inherit a
The
bunch of
indoor
money.
pool was not from Daddy.
Dog, all that he got was the $4,000 money to invest to start up the first one.
In 1988, that's a pretty meager sum to borrow.
Mhm.
I would say that's a self-made man.
It is. I would
Yeah,
agree with that too.
Would you say that's like close to like 10 grand today? Or would it be?
I would
I'd be
say even
closer to
less.
like 20 or something.
Really?
$4,000 to 10 grand? Yeah.
Alright.
I'd say it's at least 15 grand.
I don't
equivalent.
know how inflation works.
I don't know how anything works, man.
Well, after you understand piss and shit, we'll talk about economics.
Real trickle down economics. And I'm not just talking about what's dribbling down your pants, Jake. Dude, it's a fucking 18-acre horse ranch called Fox Hollow Farms.
Wow.
It's in an area right outside Indianapolis called Westfield. And the place is fucking stunning.
Is it like south of Indianapolis? Do you know?
Why do you think you passed it?
I've driven to like Bloomington before, which is on its way to like the University of Indiana,
Mhm.
and I feel like, I mean, maybe that's just a common term out there. Is like Fox Hollow something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Westfield, right?
Yes. So the place is beautiful. They have the highlight is the fucking indoor pool, and that comes into play a little bit later too.
Did they buy it or was it
No, they bought it.
they didn't have the indoor pool built. It was already
That's a good question.
somebody
I
else
don't
was
know.
balling. It's due north.
due north. Okay, I'm a liar.
Now, they don't really keep up with it. So it looks pretty, like from the outside, from far away, it looks like a killer place.
But it's kind of
It's trashy. Like they don't cut the grass.
dilapidated
Yeah.
when you get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just turns into Stephen Avery's property.
How did they let that happen, man? They were doing so well. How, like,
I just
they
think
just couldn't afford landscapers and shit.
no, dude. I think fucking Herb's just so focused on running the business and getting his meat rocked.
Yeah. It's
It's just
not
like,
a.
I don't care what this looks like.
Right.
I'm going to the pool to hang out with my mannequins. Don't fucking bother me.
Yeah.
Dude.
Everything was good from the mannequin's point of view, baby.
Honestly,
they never
that-
say it outside.
That makes the mannequins way less weird now, though.
What do you
Why?
mean?
Because he owned his own thrift store. So these are
Oh,
just
yeah,
extra.
yeah.
So he just had an abundance of mannequins.
Well, there were no mannequins in the thrift store. Was part of the issue.
Where do all our mannequins keep going?
Now I will say this too. I believe 1991 was also the year that Home Alone came out.
Okay.
So maybe he just always wanted to give the impression that he was not Home Alone in case any intruders came about.
That could be it. Did he have any of these mannequins doing standing 69s around the pool?
Dude, all right, I saw pictures of two of them. One is doing a very provocative pose on the side of the pool, and one is tending bar.
Are they all male mannequins?
I couldn't tell.
Okay. And what's the provocative pose that he was doing? Can you give us an example?
Yeah, what's that painting? Is it a Michelangelo or Da Vinci's
Oh yeah, the touching of the hands or whatever it is.
the touching of the peepees?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Michelangelo. Sistine Chapel.
Is it?
I believe so.
It's at the top,
Okay.
next to the urinal.
You do not want to use that plumber, trust me.
All right, so those are two of the mannequins that I saw. At this time, like the mannequins are just a little bit over the top for his wife. So once he brings the mannequins in there, his wife's like, "All right, dude, I got to start fucking going somewhere else."
Yeah.
The mom or his wife Julie starts taking advantage of Herb's mom having a lake house about an hour and a half away. So she'll regularly take the kids there. So he's left for fucking days at a time to just do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah.
Which is his dream come true.
It is.
Yeah.
And he does. So when that
He
starts,
comes true.
yeah, he's a real life Pinocchio. When he lies, his dick gets hard. So when his wife starts doing that, he starts bringing guys back to the pool, and he starts strangling them.
Oh, fuck. He was so close to being able to fuck dudes in a pool.
You could have just drowned them. Why strangle them?
Well,
Was he getting it on first?
he was into autoerotic asphyxiation. So one of the survivors said that Herb wanted this guy to choke him while he jacked off first, and then he wanted to do it to the guy. And this guy who survived said that when he felt as though like Herb wasn't going to let up, he just pretended like he went limp. So Herb thought he killed this fucking guy. Then
And
the
then
guy
he was
just,
like, "Yeah, gotcha."
yeah, spooked
But I
him.
am still.
Yeah, I am still jerking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was not his first victim.
No,
Attempt.
no. Dude, when they raided his property, they found remains of 11 different victims
Whoa.
Buried on the
property. So what
Yeah.
he would do is behind the house, he would go like some of the bodies like were charred, so he would try to burn some of them.
Yeah, he's
But
got
then
plenty of room to fucking do whatever he wants to.
other ones like he would just fucking throw back there.
Serious question.
Mhm.
He has all those mannequins.
Okay.
Why doesn't he try to like hide the bones inside the mannequins? No, like seriously, like they don't have bones. They don't have skeletons. I don't think.
But I guess you got to assume like you have an 18-acre property. People probably aren't going to go dicking around on there.
Disassembling and hollowing out mannequins might not be the easiest way to get rid of these
I don't think
bodies.
those are. They're not solid, man.
It's shaking on top of that too. If you're trying to fuck your mannequins,
Put some cotton balls in the mannequin so you don't hear them rattling around.
Wait, you saying just the bones?
Yeah, just the bones.
You still, how do you get to the bones? What are you doing
acid,
to?
You do that whole acid tub thing, like right?
So
do
you
that?
take. Where's that going down? On property?
Yeah, that's on the property. So you just have
in
like
the yard, or
yeah, in the yard. You get like a little
and then once
like a barrel.
I think the acid eats everything if you do that.
Oh, then why the fuck do you do that?
I don't know. Why are you
Right.
so fixated on bringing the bones back into the house
I just want to
and
just put
stuffing
them
them
in the
into the
mannequins.
mannequins?
I wasn't-
It seems like an extra step that's not
this
necessary.
is so much work, Jake.
You know what? Perfection isn't easy. All right.
Yeah, I'm on Herb's side. Just fucking throw that shit out back. So he starts disposing of these bodies out back, and he's just throwing them out there. There's one day his son Eric is just playing out in the fucking yard.
Oh God!
Comes back in. He tells his mom, he's like, "There's a fucking skull out there."
Get out of here!
She goes back there to check it out. She finds the skull, and she finds like an entire fucking skeleton. So when Herb comes home, she's like, "Dude, why is there a fucking skeleton in the backyard?" He's like, "Oh, that belonged to my father."
My closet's full. Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, he said you go on. He's blamed it on the dad somehow.
He said that like when his dad was in fucking medical school, he hung on to a skeleton to fucking fuck with. But the dad's an anesthesiologist.
He's also never lived on that farm.
Right. Well, I think his dad might have been dead at this point. So he might have said that it was something that
He got from
one of his dad's
okay.
possessions that he was just like, yeah, I just want to hang on to it. And his wife was just like, okay, dude, like, all right.
Why is it half buried?
But also, yeah, why is it half buried? But also, why is if the wife is already accusing him, like that's call the cops right there. You know, like
It takes her a while to turn the corner.
yeah.
I think what really did it is when she
Kids find 3-4 other skulls in the backyard until she's like,
Yeah, that's a game over.
yeah,
right
they're playing
there.
catch with them. They're playing Marco Polo in the pool. Oh, that's pretty macabre. I think that would be more Darko Polo. But I don't know. It's fucking hot in here, man.
No, I feel fine.
Now at this time, when this is 1994, when the kids are finding fucking skeletons in the backyard. John, that joke was so good, man.
the macabre one?
No, yours.
Which one?
The
Skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That show was pretty good.
So at this time, the wheels start to fall off of his life because the second store that he has starts tanking. And when it becomes apparent that the store is just going to eat shit, Herb starts drinking at work. He starts screaming at employees, starts screaming at customers.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So the fucking best.
I kind of would love to know that was happening at an establishment.
I would buy anything from
it's
there.
closing this week.
Yeah.
And the owner is fucking pissed about it. He's been tying one on before noon every day. So if you want to get yelled at by an adult man,
Dog,
come in here anytime between 3 and 4.
I think that would be an awesome business model. Do you guys remember that hot dog place in Chicago where
Uh-huh.
their angle was like the beautiful black women would yell at you?
Is it the Winner's Circle? Is that one?
Wieners, I
Wieners?
believe.
Sorry.
You're going to forget a pun around Mike, I think.
Yeah.
It's the wrong
Jake,
guy.
would you mind leaving?
Okay.
So yeah, he's getting hammered at work all day.
How far were the stores apart? 2 different towns, I assume?
I don't know, buddy.
It's like the same block. It's like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
So he's fucking losing his shit. And at this time, his life's starting to fall apart. There's a private investigator named Virgil Vandegriff, who is a former sheriff.
Sorry. That's just a ridiculous name.
Yeah.
I like the name.
Yeah, it is pretty good, man. So Virgil Vandegriff, he starts getting contacted by all these families of local gay men that have gone missing. And things are starting to add up. And he contacts the Indianapolis PD saying, like, hey, like, if you got time, I'd like to meet to talk about this. I think you might have a serial killer. But as in most of the cases we've covered where gay people are the targets, police departments typically view them, put them on the back shelf. They don't get the attention they deserve when gay dudes go missing. So the police department ignores them. At this time, too, in 89 and 1990, there were at least 4 Indianapolis victims discovered on this road named I-70. They were dubbed the I-70 murders. So there's a chance that he was also responsible for these.
It's never been proven, though.
No. I mean, he didn't get convicted of anything. I'll get to why. But there are ones, the only ones that are 100% attributed to him are the ones of the remains that they found on his property.
He didn't get convicted of any of the I-70 ones.
No.
But there's big potential that he's responsible, and no one else has ever been convicted for those.
I don't think so, no.
What's up with Indianapolis not solving murders?
They're really bad, man.
It's where cops go to become retards.
This is your training officer, Lieutenant Doofy.
About faith.
That would be a fun boot camp to design.
Just a lot of saluting and smelling fingers.
I'm sorry, sir. I had a hoagie 2 days ago.
It doesn't Doofy shake somebody's hand in the first scary movie and somebody says, "What is that?" And he goes, "My ass." Yo, shout out to Scary Movie 1 and Doofy. That guy ruled. Oh my god. My ass. Woo! We are on fire tonight.
So yes, Jake, this is where cops go to become retards. At one of the gay bars, Herb goes to this bar and he links up with a guy named Tony. He introduces himself to Tony as a gentleman by the name of Brian Smart. So he's lying about what his real name is. And Tony starts talking about his buddy who went missing, which is this guy named Roger Goodlet. Because he notices her paying special attention to this missing flyer that they put up for Roger. And he's like, all right, this guy's kind of weird. Let me go fucking see what his deal is. So he brings up Roger Goodlet, which is his buddy. And instantly fucking Herb changes the subject. And so he's even more convinced, like, okay, this guy probably knows more than he's leading on.
Yeah.
Gets talking more, and eventually fucking Herb's like, yo, why don't you come back to this place that I'm house sitting at? He tells him he's a landscaper and he's watching the house for the weekend. So Tony's like, all right, I'll come check it out. Drives him back there. So he's trying to notice as many things as he can in the hopes that, like, okay, like this guy, if he is associated with the disappearance of my friend, I want to be able to tell cops as much as I can.
Yeah.
So
Not taking notes, he's trying to remember everything that's happening. Yeah.
So he goes, they're chilling by the pool. So he's sitting by the pool and
all the mannequins are hanging out.
Yeah.
So these dudes probably fucking extra creeped out at this point, right?
Horrified, dude. Now, one thing that he does, which is...
Isn't he fucking scared as shit? Like...
Yeah, but his buddy's missing. So he just wants to find out what happened to his friend that bad that he's willing to fucking go through this shit.
What a real one.
I know, he is, yeah. God bless his heart. He goes along with this shit, and eventually Herb's like, yo, I want you to choke me while I jack off. This is the guy I was speaking of. So he's like, all right, dude. Chokes him while Herb's jacking off. Herb's like, all right, let me get you now. So Herb ties a fucking hose around his neck while he's jacking it. And fucking Tony's like, all right, I felt like he wasn't going to stop. So I pretended like...
Yeah.
Like
Wait, was Tony gay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he chokes him out. Or
he's doing a lot for his boy right now, dude.
This is really, yeah. Now, Herb did have coke. So...
Nice. Big score, Tony.
So I don't know. Maybe that helped.
For sure.
Dude, if you guys went missing and there was cocaine involved, I would move heaven and earth to get to your murderer.
You'd have a car full of mannequins looking for us.
That was weird. The car just veered off the road.
I have all the mannequins pulling up like Guy Fieri. Arm out the window, sunglasses on. So
yeah, I'm gonna get some mannequins now and dress them up like Guy Fieri. I got a roof deck that nobody's on ever. That would be great.
So he makes Herb think that he's fucking dead. Herb lets him go, and then eventually, like, his eyes open, and he scares the shit out of Herb. Now, during this time, he says that Herb was offering him drinks, but he had a feeling that if he accepted the drink, it would have been fucking poisoned.
Drugged with something,
right? Yeah,
poison. Okay.
Yeah. So he didn't take anything. So once he wakes up, he convinces Herb to take him back to the bar where they came from. And it wasn't until a fucking year later where Tony sees Herb hanging out at this bar again. So finally, because like the investigators like asking around, and Tony's like, "Look, I think I know who this is, but unfortunately, like I didn't remember his license plate." Mm-hmm. So he's like, "Let me see what I can do."
Couldn't take him back to the house either. You don't
No,
remember
he said
that?
the only thing he remembered was that there was a sign saying some kind of farm.
Hold on.
Okay.
He said he couldn't remember the license plate. Wasn't it a hearse?
True.
No, at this time he's got a station wagon.
Okay.
He just painted the wood on the side of the hearse.
Yeah.
Put a rack on top.
Yeah.
The license plate says his and hers. So he changed it up a little bit.
Does he take it like what? Did he take the kids around in the hearse? Like, come on, kids, let's go get ice cream.
Dude, I don't know if they had kids then, but
Okay.
they might have got the station wagon by then.
Yeah.
At this point,
Sorry, just imagine trying to trade in the hearse at a used car dealership. Yeah, just kicking the tires. What do you think? What's the blue book on this hearse?
you think they go by the turning blue book value?
I think they might.
Yeah. All right. It is so fucking hot back here.
Did he kill anybody anyway besides strangling? Not to jump forward if he has.
It was hard to determine because most of what they found was bone fragments.
Yeah. So they couldn't figure cause of death, even if something was broken. It could have been after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was either poisoning or just strangling because it was just the easiest way to fucking do this. Now, they're able to get a detective from the Indianapolis PD named Mary Wilson to buy into the fact that, like, okay, they might have a serial killer on their hands. So Mary takes this guy, Tony, around to houses that might fit the description, but they're not able to find fucking Herb Baumeister's fucking place. Eventually, they think it might be Herb Baumeister, so this woman, Mary Wilson, goes to his Sav-A-Lot. And she's like, look, we'd like your permission to search your property. You know, we're investigating a couple people that went missing, and we just want to look around. He refuses to search.
It's actually where Randy Jackson got the phrase. That's going to be a no from me, dog, from.
They go to his wife, Julie. She also refuses at this time. And in June 1996, they, like, Herb goes to the fucking lake house. While he's at the lake house, at this time, his marriage is falling apart. So his wife's allegiance to him is really starting to fucking crumble. They go to her again. They're like, look, you know, can we please just look around? We'll be out of your hair in a fucking little bit of time. She's like, all right, fine. Go check it out. At this time, they find bone fragments pretty quickly. They bring in excavators who come in, and while he's still at the fucking lake house, they find 5,500 bone fragments and teeth.
How many? These fragments are from him, like fucking cracking the skeletons up?
He must have like tried to pulverize them.
Yeah.
Eventually, they find the remains of 11 different men. However, only 4 were identified.
Wow. He was prolific in his time. How many years was it that he was actively killing?
So this was 96. I would say
88 to 96?
Maybe a little bit earlier.
They moved to that house in 88, right?
Yeah, it seems to be like if all that was found on his property, I think it might have been more difficult. And also, if he's responsible for the I-70 murders, that would be 89 and 90.
And if he's never fucking copped to any of them, there could have been fucking bodies strewn wherever that could have been his.
Yeah.
And this is like you said, June '96.
Yep.
So this is like the time of your girls, the Summer Olympics.
You know what? Unfortunately, he missed out on that because July 3rd, they ended up finding his body in Ontario, Canada. He had killed himself.
How'd he get over the fucking border?
He drove.
Well, he wasn't like wanted?
They did. Well, they eventually put out a warrant for his arrest once they found all the shit that he was the excavator from the property.
Back then.
But I think they knew. I think he knew somehow. Well, when he was at the lake house, I think news had broken that they found all the shit on the property. And at that point, he's just like, all right, fuck this. I'm out. So he was able to make it into Canada.
Okay.
Made it to Canada, ended up writing a 3-page suicide note. Did not mention anything about the murders. It was just all about his divorce and his finances. Shot himself in the head, and that was that.
Nothing about his sexuality.
No, none
or
of
the
that.
mannequins.
No.
Were the mannequins? Did he bring them with him? Like any of the mannequins with him to?
He did not, although they did inherit most of what he had.
So the only eyewitness account is wait, what did I just miss?
that the mannequins received his fortune. It would be
They're
great.
still swimming today.
It would be great if in the hotel room where he killed himself, he's just surrounded by mannequins. Just like he just had like an audience.
The funeral home's just packed with mannequins. Oh God, dude. I almost forgot about this. There's a video of him from the early 90s. A local Indianapolis TV station. It's called WISH, so Wish TV. He ended up calling in this road crew because they were painting lines on this road that he and his son were driving down. And I think he was out looking for roadkill to take pictures of. So what happens is the road crew's like painting new yellow lines on the side of the road. And fucking Herbert Baumeister is like, tells his kid, he's like, yo, they're going to paint over that fucking dead raccoon. I know it. They're not even going to fucking move it.
He's like, this is going to be a fucking big win. This is going to get on fucking America's Funniest Home Videos.
Dude, this is the pervert's Honus Wagner's fucking rookie card. So he's like, watch, they're not even going to move that fucking raccoon. They're just going to paint right over it. Sure enough, the road crew paints right over this raccoon's fucking head. There's a picture of it too.
Very funny thing to see.
Yes.
At a moment to share with your child.
But dude, they contact the fucking news. The news does a story, and Herb Baumeister is interviewed for the news, and he's giving his account of saying, like, look, yeah, my son and I, we just happened to be out, and we saw this road crew painting the side of the road. We noticed a fucking raccoon, and I was like, yo, he's going to fucking paint right over this raccoon's
Yo, he about
head.
to do it.
And he's like, yeah, I just can't believe they wouldn't have the decency to at least move that poor animal's body. And he's like, fortunately, I had my Polaroid with me, so I took a picture of it. And then when he says that, they flashed a picture up. It's a raccoon on the side of the road with a yellow stripe over its face.
It's so funny.
Like a superhero mask?
I mean, what was the other option? Move it and not paint over it?
Yeah.
I think the guys on that truck had a good sense of humor.
I do
They did
too,
what
man.
They did.
Yeah.
They did what they needed to do.
Yeah, so.
And that was between murders, obviously.
Oh,
right?
yeah, he was already killing at that point.
Yeah.
This was the early 90s where this interview happened.
Mike, did you read, were you able to read his suicide letter or no?
I did not know.
No.
I couldn't find it.
Is that kind of stuff like accessible normally or not really?
All right, so what I've learned recently from the shooting that just happened in Texas is I think a lot of like that kind of stuff is probably never going to see the light of day because there's never going to be a court case. If there's a court case, the likelihood of anything like that being viewed by the public is more likely.
Becomes public property.
You're right, yeah. However, if there's no reason to show it, like odds are nobody will ever fucking see it.
Yeah. Can you do like a request of information if you wanted to for like that kind of thing or no? Because it's not a crime.
I think you can request it, but I don't think they're obligated to give it to you.
Is suicide a crime?
I think it is.
I believe it would be considered.
It would be weird if like a cop showed up and then charged a corpse
Book
with
'em, boys.
suicide. Yeah.
Six the dog on him.
Like seriously, like I wonder if it is a crime.
I think it's more likely they would kill you. Stop resisting. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know that we'll ever see this. The suicide note.
How soon after his arrest or their interest
After they
in him?
found out?
Yeah.
So it was June of 96 is when the search happened, and July 3rd is when they found his body.
Okay.
And how did the mannequins take it?
Not well, Jake. Very. I mean, even to this day, they're stoic.
Just a hollow shell of what they used to be.
But the place is beautiful, and the fucking creepy video that popped on
Yeah.
when we first started, that was something about, I forget the name of the video. It's like the haunting of Fox Hillow Farm or some shit like that.
I believe it.
I do too.
Does the wife live there still?
She does not know.
Did they change anything, or is it like back to looking beautiful these days?
Or is it abandoned?
The last pictures I saw were from 2018, and everything was the same. There was actually a guy who went there who was a paranormal investigator who was swimming in the pool.
But people live there.
No, nobody lives there now.
the pool is still like maintained, or was it like gross water?
In 2018, I found this picture of this paranormal investigator on Twitter where he's like, I'm swimming in the haunted pool right now. And it's him just like this.
Photoshopped a ghost giving him head.
Yeah. So I wonder if like they just like rent it out as like an Airbnb or something.
Okay.
There's got to be a specific market for
Do you
that,
think
right?
it's on Airbnb?
I think it's probably on Scarebnb.
That's what I've been trying to think of for the last 25 seconds. What?
No. Just I'm enjoying Scarebnb. Just playing a bunch of scenarios in my head of what a Scarebnb would be.
But if it's successful, I'd like to check it out because I'm going to Indy the week after next, I think.
Yeah, I think you ought to take a trip up there.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Absolutely should. Yeah.
Go for a swim.
Yeah, I would love to, man. Dude, what you think? I think I could rile up his spirit if I put the mannequins in the water and was like pretending like I was butt fucking them and having the time of my life with them.
Yeah, I think
Damn.
just getting them wet would probably piss them off.
Oh my god, getting a man's mannequins wet.
Dude,
It's like cutting a man's lawn.
maybe that's why the place is in good condition because the mannequins are still there
Mm-hmm.
and home alone. You know, people think that the house is full.
Yeah. Whoa, Jake. I think you nailed it.
Wow.
When you said it still looks the way it did it look nicer and like it had been landscaped in the 2008 photo?
Yeah.
Or
Any of the
18?
pictures that I've seen from it, it definitely looks well cared for.
Yeah.
And it's 25 years after.
If you want, you can find a spare key under the skull in the front yard. Yeah, 25 years. Wow, dude.
Any idea what what happened to the wife or kids?
It's funny you say that. I believe I found out what the son is doing. I don't want to like blow up his spot because he seems like he's got like a nice life and seems like a very productive member of society.
You don't
And
have to
leave him
tell us
alone to anybody. Yeah.
But as far as this was pretty wild too. I read this not long before you guys came, so I couldn't cross-reference it. But I saw it mentioned that one of the victims who was identified, this guy named Stephen Hale, his mother is a guidance counselor, and this information that I saw indicated that she was the guidance counselor for one of Herb's kids after the murders.
Whoa.
So it would be pretty wild if that's true.
How do you do that? That's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I if it's true, I think this lady just has to be a soul beyond kindness.
Yeah, but I also think it's way reasonable to be like, no, not at all.
Or what if she was just guiding him like to like the worst shit?
You should open a fucking secondhand store like your stupid fucking murdering dad. Sorry. Now that I've realized people's family might be watching this,
It's a pretty mean thing to say.
I'm sorry.
All right, don't let it happen
Wasn't
again.
that
But
bad? Looking back, I probably said some meaner shit.
I don't know. I think the meanest shit you've said has been for like the people whose victims have been dead for decades, if not
Yeah,
centuries.
I feel like there's something in the back of my brain that's like, they've got living relatives.
Yeah, if we come across any like Wild West murderers, let it fly, baby.
Yeah.
no rules, just right. The real Outback Steakhouse.
We haven't done a Western.
Oh, it's good you brought that up. I would
Killer,
like to
right?
do one. Yeah.
We've never done anything even that old, right?
What's the oldest one?
1800s.
Yeah. Albert Fish, right? He's
He's
old.
probably the oldest one.
He's 1900s, though, right?
Like early 1900s.
Yeah.
But we've had a few people who are built that were all machines.
Built
They were put
different.
together.
Yeah. They were in the 1800s. We've had a few people. I think the last one we
Nanny Doss.
Nanny Doss.
Yeah, she was an old one.
Wasn't the last
She's a
guy
fucking
we
old
did,
bitch.
like born in the 1800s, or did I make that up?
I don't know, man. I forget what I said.
I try to let this information go out of my head as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
dude.
I do a pretty good job of
Yeah.
forgetting everything as soon as we're done recording.
Yeah, but I have like a 10-minute delay and then it's gone.
I was listening to something this week. What the fuck is the name of this book? Where it was giving me very vivid
The
memories.
Bible.
Jake, I pissed on a Bible before.
No,
Why'd you do that?
No, you didn't.
I was at an Eagles tailgate.
And Swoop was daring me.
I had one.
You know how Swoop comes around with a box of Bibles, daring only the drunkest of Eagles retards to piss on it.
I was tailgating at the Eagles game, and I had a Bible in my trunk because I worked. This was when I was shaving pubes at the hospital.
You had to read the last rites.
This is back when I was shaving pubes.
Yeah. Gashes to gashes. Bust to bust. But dude, this guy was so sweet. He was actually an anesthesiologist. He led a prayer group, and he asked if I wanted to come. I was like, I really didn't want to go. I was like, yeah, I don't have a Bible. I don't know. He's like, well, I'll give you one. So he gave me a Bible that day. I never went to the prayer group, but I kept the Bible and I threw it in my trunk. Fortunately, I had it when I went to this tailgate, and we were just digging through my trunk because we had a fire going. And I was like, should we throw the Bible in there? And my buddy Steve, who always encouraged the worst in me, he's like, it'd be really funny if you pissed on it. So I pissed on it first, and then I threw it in the fire.
Oh my God, Mike!
Smell my piss, losers.
All right.
How did you have an open fire?
It was a trash can.
Oh, okay. Then it was legal.
All right, so the book that was giving me nightmares is this book called Tokyo Vice by this guy named Jake Adelstein. And yeah, it's just it gets very deep into like the Japanese underworld. This guy was this American writer was writing these exposés about the Yakuza, and they were shaking him down, saying like, "Look, you don't want to do this."
Is the Yakuza like a?
It's like the Japanese mafia.
Okay. Oh. Gee.
And they're like, look, you don't want to do this. They were like threatening his family and shit. And he found out some fucked up like mafia shit they were doing. And I had one of the dreams was about you. Did I text you about being a firefighter?
You said something about being a firefighter. And
Yeah, it was spawned from
beating
this. Yeah. Yeah, you were kicking somebody's ass and
Yeah.
you were fighting a fire too.
Nice, bro.
Damn, I was fighting a person and a fire at the same time.
Same dream, yeah.
Wow.
All because of that book.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll take this win.
Oh, I normally don't listen to anything fucked up when I'm trying to sleep. But one thing always.
Oh, that's what you were listening to that while you slept and it
Yeah,
gave you these
yeah.
stinky dreams.
Yeah, I had to stop listening to children screaming.
Our buddy Jeff.
Yeah.
He said something one time that always stuck with me, and I haven't been able to shake it because I don't know how anybody could do this. But our buddy Jeff said that he was listening to the Helter Skelter audiobook to fall asleep to.
Yowzer.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Dude, Jeff's wild, man.
He is. Yeah, R.I.P. Jeff.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Jeff.
He's a nice over.
That version of Jeff is
That
dead.
version, yeah.
Oh.
His Furman is dead.
R.I.P. Jeff Furman's. Jeff Furman's.
Furman's for Furmos.
We got to get that rolling, baby. I'm talking before July 4th weekend.
Guys, I'm done. I refuse to piss in another cup.
Yeah, Jake, I want to shoot your piss out of a super soaker on July 4th weekend, brother.
Dude.
What's the festival called in Philly?
Made in America.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a music festival, but then they have July 4th that they call something.
Hoagie Fest.
Oh, it's like a celebration of America or
Something like that.
The Wawa celebration of
Hoagie
America.
Fest.
No, it's like
It was
it's-
Hoagie Fest, right?
Well, I think their timelines might match up. Hoagie Fest is kind of like Shark Week in that you can never predict year to year when it's going to happen, unless you're in the know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't have access to these decision makers. But yeah, the Wawa Celebrate America or something like
Yeah,
that.
I
But
think
it's
that's
like
it.
borderline Make
Hoagie
America Great
Fest.
Again. Like I want to say, but Wawa's July 4th Make America Great Again. Bring a gun to the Parkway Festival. Thank you for that.
All right, so now it's time for the awkward small talk portion of the podcast. What did you boys got planned for July 4th weekend?
We're ways out, Mike.
Jake, we're 3 weeks away.
Oh my God.
So we got 1, 2.
From what?
4th of July, baby.
3 weeks from
Oh,
Yeah, I get
a
4.
little generous. What is today? The fucking 7th?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be
Yeah.
about 4 weeks away.
Yeah, just about 4 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I'll be just getting back from vacation.
Oh, buddy, where you going?
Yeah, Florida.
Bad boy.
Florida.
You're gonna see Florida's fireworks.
No, buddy. What's that code for? Your mom's butt.
Oh my God! What the fuck would make you say a thing like that to me?
I'm so sorry. I got insecure when you started laughing about the Flowers fireworks. I just got,
Yeah, she's gonna light off MOM 80s.
MON 80s.
Mom
Come on,
80s.
dude.
MOM 80s. All right.
Yeah, it's no skeletons in the closet joke, but it's the best I got at this point.
I feel So we're gonna do about another 15 minutes of
Yes.
this where we've obviously shot our best
Oh, dude, whenever
ammo.
we get to like the last half hour of dad meat and like the last 20 minutes of little stinkers, I feel like I wish we could do it from a bunk bed.
Yeah. With flashlights in our sleeping bags.
Dude.
A big tent. That would be fun.
Oh, we got to do that. We should go out camping and do spooky stuff in the tent. Like,
Should we also
suck each
do
other
one,
off.
one big one?
yeah, I would like that.
Do you think I can get a battery pack for my CPAP machine?
You must.
Yeah.
Do you think people end their outdoors adventures when they
Do you think
they
bring
get
'em?
sleep apps?
You do more hiking and camping than I do, buddy.
I've certainly never seen one outside of where there's an outlet. But what about a generator?
Everybody else is a wide awake. That would be great.
Now generators are nice. It's like white noise. There's got to be a battery adapter.
Generators are not like white noise. There couldn't be anything more disruptive
I
than a
know
fucking
it surely
generator. in the
does
woods.
like ruin a
It's
fucking
like
campground.
yeah.
Well, dude, there was when we went
If you're
camping.
turning your fucking generators on when they're the second they're allowed at 7 a.m., fuck off.
Yeah.
I know people had to be annoyed at this because even I was a little bit annoyed when we went camping 2 summers ago.
Mhm.
We were walking around the campsite and somebody was blasting music.
Oh yeah,
I felt like that was a little too much.
that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, blasting it sucks.
Do you think if you're the one blasting it, does that feel great though?
Oh yeah, dude.
You shouldn't. You should feel like a fucking rude dickhead. The only time you should be able to hear somebody else's music is if you're walking past their campsite.
But if you're doing that, if you're blasting music, do you see other people and their campsites at your campsite?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
People are pretty close by at
That's
this one.
always uncomfortable. That's weird. I did that once in Jersey, and that was very uncomfortable.
What were you blasting?
Oh no, not, I was cutting down trees, but just being able to see someone and that close of proximity was uncomfortable.
Just to be a dick, you were cutting them down?
Yeah, kind of. It's a long story. But my buddy his dad ended up having a warrant put out for his arrest for this. It was his idea, I think.
I was going to say you were illegally cutting down trees.
Yeah, these were like new trees. Anyway, I used to do like sustainability as a career, so it's fine now. But it was a campsite in Jersey, in the Pine Barrens, and
Spooky place.
yeah, and I remember like they had an outhouse, and we destroyed the outhouse. 'Cause
Doing what?
We were all in high school. Ketchup and mustard.
For real.
Yeah.
Jake, I had a ketchup and mustard incident as well. What's yours?
You guys had to shit in there later.
No, we did it at the end because we're assholes.
Yeah, I did some asshole shit when I was a kid too. It's
And,
okay.
and I cut down like
It's okay.
I probably cut down like we probably cut down like 20 trees.
As a prank?
That's not. We needed firewood.
Okay. Who ended up taking the rap for this? The oldest man there?
Yeah, the
The only one over 18?
the legal adult.
Yeah.
Yes,
And he was what to you guys? An uncle of one of you?
he was
Our
one of the
molester.
guy's dads.
That guy deserved it. What did he serve time or just a hefty fine?
Just a very hefty fine.
Over
and
10
warrant
Gs?
for his arrest, but it's in Jersey, and I don't think I just think he just avoids Jersey.
Wow. He never paid the fine?
I don't know. I haven't kept up with him, but
I want to make sure that guy goes down before I leave this mortal coil.
This is kind of spooky though too. So I was chilling with my boy Steve, who I mentioned earlier. I slept over at his house one night. Or no, this was a day that we were drinking Long Island iced teas all day, and they just tasted so good, and I didn't realize how bad they fuck you up. But I got so fucked up. I played a basketball game that night, scored 4 points. All right. Then after that, I went back to Steve's house and started drinking more Long Island iced teas. They lived in row homes. The next door neighbor was this old Italian couple who never fucking bothered anybody. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I squirted ketchup and mustard all over their front door?
I was with you guys.
I did it. All right. Now, the next morning,
You were really fucking riding high off those 4 points, bro.
It's got a triple double. Triple double cheeseburger.
felt terrible. I beat it out of there the next morning. The door was a fucking disgrace.
Oh man.
Not long after that, I stayed over there again just because I got drunk the night before. And as I was leaving, I couldn't tell like if it was just like a fucking hangover haze or if I really saw this. But I could have sworn, I swear to this day, that this is what I saw. But as I looked to the street before I pulled out, I could have sworn that I saw the old man slowly driving past me in a fucking weird mask. Like I knew it was him, but his face was just different. It wasn't a dream because I knew it was him
because of his car.
Just recognizing him, like that's I'm not going to say his name, but it's Mr.
What kind of mask?
John. It's so hard to put into words. It was just like a distorted version of his own face, just looking back at me as he passed back.
You were still hammered.
I don't think I was this fucked up to like be distorting faces though.
You drank all night.
I did.
And this is probably around 9 o'clock that you're leaving?
Yeah.
You're an early riser.
Yeah.
You were fucking still fucked up, dude.
Yeah,
what do you think? You just had a melting face that day?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but it was scary.
Well, you deserved worse.
I liked how your thought was like, am I still drunk right now? It's like, he's wearing a mask. That's kind of great.
Yeah, I still feel bad
Why
about
would he
that.
be wearing a mask?
I don't know, Jake, but it was scary.
Because he was moving his car.
It's 2 hour parking.
Yeah.
It's like,
alternate side parking.
Yeah.
Dude, they're on a semi-related note, their grandson was he hung with a group of kids that I mentioned earlier. He wasn't a part of that murder, but he was in their friend group.
Did you know the guy who lived in Clifton Heights, the dude who was in Big Fish? The real tall guy, the giant?
Oh, Westchester. Matthew was his name.
Matt, yeah, I think his name was Matt, but he lived in Clifton Heights.
Oh, really?
That was like a basketball player.
No, he does look like him though.
He looks like the guy from My Giant, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's not him?
No, it's not him. It's
It was a local giant?
Dog, I knew
Yeah.
him. He was a fucking security guy at the Bam Margera bar. Is it the Note?
Wait, that
Sounds
guy who
right.
was in Big Fish?
Yeah, it was a security guy.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought he died long before that.
No, dude, he was
No, he died in. I'm pretty sure he died like 2 years after Big Fish was made.
okay.
That was what, 2007? The note was probably open by
No,
then.
the-
Or Big Fish was 2005.
Was it 2005?
Was it even earlier?
It might have been early, but I know like Jackass came out like
Yeah.
2000-ish maybe.
Yeah, Jackass came out in like CKY
99,
2K came out in like 2001, 2002, and then
Yeah.
Jackass was like shortly after that.
Yeah, he was the door guy there.
No way.
I do, and his name's Matthew. I can't remember his last name, but
2003. I bet you the note opened in 2006 or 7.
Yeah, probably.
well, maybe it was something before the Note. It definitely was a bar.
Yeah.
So it could have been before Bam Margera bought it.
Yeah, let me see what the name of this fucking bar was.
Welcome to the absolute
Dude.
who gives a fuck portion of the
No, but
podcast
no, this
where
is-
we are all looking shit up on our phones
This is important that we discuss this because
about something that is not important.
how do
Jake.
you go from being in Big Fish and a Marilyn Manson video to being a door guy at the Note? That's an impossible.
I mean,
Well,
look
Unless he
at
was a gambler.
No, it's like there's no
It's
money
two
in that.
rules.
It's two cool things. Like
Yeah,
he probably got SAG minimum for the day,
That's
which
true.
is now it's like $1,000.
Yeah.
So back then it was probably like
for the music video or for the
Yeah.
movie.
well for either.
Yeah. How
You're
big
right.
is his role in the movie?
You're right.
Maybe a 3-day shoot.
That's right. I forgot. I've been on 2 episodes of Conan, and I'm.
Did
wearing
you
this
get
one
SAG
shirt.
rate for that?
I did get SAG rate. Yeah.
Even though you were on staff.
Yeah, because it was a talent role, so it's
Good
like,
for you.
yeah, man, got paid, and I got residuals too.
Really?
Yeah, but the residuals weren't much.
All right.
Aw.
When they aired those reruns, though.
Yeah, you got that rerun.
I got that rerun value meal.
Dude, if you are still listening to this, what the fuck is going on?
All right, so it wasn't the note, but there was something that was there.
Yeah, I
That,
believe it.
yeah.
Was it just like the bar that those guys hang out with, hang out at?
Yeah, they had music
Because
there.
they were always
They had an
accessible
upper
dudes,
deck.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would they have like security with them? In the heyday
I never
of
saw
Jackass?
them. I never saw them. Like, I knew that they were around, and I knew that that's where they went.
Security wouldn't be able. Never mind.
I did see that. Like, they a couple of the lesser known guys, like Rab himself.
little rab action,
Brandon DiCamillo.
He might have been in this too.
little rake yawn action, maybe.
Raekwon was in this. So there was this fucking
unforgettable hair, you know.
Oh man,
dude. There was this low budget movie that was made locally.
Oh yeah, Haggard.
No, it was a Christmas movie. Again, I somebody might have to whip out their phone for this.
Yeah, just let me go to Raekwon's IMDb page. Oh, what? I've already been there twice today.
It was like Rehab Christmas or something like that, and it was.
that sounds like Bam Margera's regular Christmas, dude. Sadly,
But long story short, it was a
A halfway house Christmas.
yeah, Halfway House Christmas, and it had Robert Romanus from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and
narrated by Bobcat Goldthwait.
yeah,
Was he doing the voice for it?
like the
yeah, kind of, yeah.
Welcome to Halfway House.
It wasn't like full on Bobcat, but like you could tell it was him.
That was a good Bobcat, dude. Can you do that again?
Yeah, I can do whatever you want me to do.
In short spurts.
You didn't know how to good. I can talk as long as I fucking want to talk to you in this voice.
Where did John go when that happened?
John, can you try to buy some of Furman's pheromones in that voice?
How do you have the good piss? It'll get me all stinky. How much is a bottle of good piss? I don't know if I can afford that many bottles. Can you just piss in my hands? If I make a cup with my hands.
Are you gonna fucking answer him, Jake?
Yes, you can have whatever you want. As long
Improv
as
and by my fucking self.
Damn, no, I was in awe. I was just seeing Spokesman. Hello, if I do a radio commercial, Spokesman, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, I'm glad you listened to this point. That I got to whip out my Bobcat for you,
See?
listeners.
You got rewarded.
Have you ever heard my Bobcat? Did you think it was good?
I was good, and that was the first time I've heard it.
Did you do any other impressions?
Yeah, I do a killer Trump. Hi, I'm the president.
All right, boys, ready to wrap it up for the night?
John was ready 20 minutes ago.
Now I'm hot.
Yeah.
I know where you were hot so this whole time because you were doing that Bobcat impression for an hour and a half.
Dude, I am so fucking mad.
Why?
I think my cat's back there, and he hasn't popped out the
No
whole
way.
time.
I think he left.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was fucking dicking around while we were setting all our shit up, and I was like, oh, that would be so cool.
I think he
It'd be so
left when
spooky
you had
if
to
he
do
just
back
popped
turn.
out at one point, but that little stinker,
Yeah, he snuck out.
he's a little rascal, man.
Thank God he's not still back there. Oh, I just want to see my cat. I'm pretty sure my cat's still. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Can cats get heat stroke? Oh my God. Let me IMDb if cats can get heat stroke.
The rest of the episode is Mike doing little cat CPR.
But I'm still on
He has 8 more lives.
Raekwon's.
It's okay.
Oh, Raekwon was in Jackass 3D. Haggard.
Mike's going, clear.
2 episodes of Ming Hags.
Yeah, it's push, pause.
Yeah, so hopefully both cats are still alive.
They are. They're doing well.
All right, y'all. Gal Anjala, Jake Matera, you guys are the fucking best.
Thanks for the lesson.
Hey, thank you guys.
Fun.
All right, if you watch us on Patreon, thank you for being a patron and supporting us. It means a lot to us. If you're watching this after the patrons have already smacked it up, flipped it, and rubbed it down, it doesn't have to be that way for you forever. You could become a patron and have early access to every episode. And you could do that by going to patreon.com/Lil Stinkers. That's LILSTINKERS. In addition to getting every episode early as a patron, you get any live episode. We do live AMAs. We're doing actual live full episodes now. We're doing guest episodes. There's a guest coming in at the last episode of this month that I want to talk to you guys about.
Ooh.
Well, I want to run it by you guys first, and if it's cool with you guys, we'll do it.
Does not appear. It sounds like. Sounds like this might be a.
No, it's a peer, and it's one of the funniest people that I know.
Oh.
I know you love him too.
The Swiss cheese pervert.
Yes. So, in addition to all the other weird shit that we're fucking throwing up there, but yeah, it's $4 a month, or you could just pay $40 for the year. Yeah, just come fucking join us over there. But I promise you, it's worth it at the very least for early access, and then for the live AMAs, you get to ask Furman whatever kind of weird shit he's into at the time. And every week he's got something different. What's the weird shit that you were telling us about before we went on air tonight that you got into in Indianapolis?
I mean, the Lime scooter thing.
What'd you do with it?
Oh, buddy. Have you ever seen what's that movie with the girl from Saved by the Bell? What's her name? Jessie?
Showgirls?
Yes. You ever see
Horny.
a very morbidly obese man try to spin around a Lime scooter that someone else is riding? Because, buddy, I was doing it.
So you get that on the Patreon as well.
I hope you weren't in front of the slippery noodle acting like that.
He actually franchised a Slippery Noodle at that point. But all right, guys, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks, you.